beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for February 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your personal details and I will never ask you for credit card details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, so this is February 2022. Now, what does it mean for you in particular? Well, on the 1st of February, we have the new moon in Aquarius, which really activates your 5th house of romance, creativity, and the pursuit of pleasure. So as this is a month that is predominantly thought of as the month of love with Valentine's Day there, you may be feeling that effect there of Venus it's actually currently in retrograde until the 29th of January, but then as we start to go into February, it actually starts to bestow its beautiful energy upon you in particular. Now, whether you are single or not, it is about really connecting to your heart. Also, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. On the 16th of February, your 11th house is, look at that, straight away. You could have got any card there, my beautiful Librans, and we got Venus, we got love. So that is the energy of the first half of February for you. They've asked me to go one more, so I will. But on the 16th of February, we have the full moon in Leo, and that activates your 11th house of friends, sort of network, social circles, but also expanding those areas to meet the right people, the right places. We've also got 3rd house messages. Okay, so they really want you to be aware that there are going to be some 3rd eye messages as well there. We're going to get some downloads there, a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of knowledge. You're very intelligent, my beautiful Librans, very self-sufficient, but there's some messages coming on in here that are just for you. Now it's number 27, so number 27, when you reduce it, of course, is 9, so 2 plus 7 is 9, the Hermit Energy, which is about wisdom, harmony, knowledge, about looking inwards. I feel like you're going to be a little bit reflective on the latter part of the month there, where you think about your goals, your dreams, but also the friendship circles that you've been connecting to. So if, for example, you want to get forward, go forward in your career, you may be looking at networking, or if you feel there's some area that has been lacking in your friendships, you may be expanding those social circles in some way. Now, the full moon is about releasing control and blockages, surrendering. Now, surrendering doesn't mean that you're actually giving up on something. It means you're trusting in divine order, okay, in the natural order of things. A new moon actually allows you to accept love and open up to potential and possibility. So the new moon opens you to receive, and the full moon actually helps you release. But as you can see there, we've got lots of hieroglyphics. So I feel like you're going to have to decode some messages that come towards you. And I'm also seeing an envelope right now, and that envelope, whenever I get that symbol, it means that there is a major communication coming on in here for you that gives you a lot of clarity in February on something that you may have been sort of really wrestling with or waiting on before in the last couple of weeks. So let us see the overall energy, and then I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you to see what is happening for you. You're very strong in your energy, okay? We have the Justice card, which is Libra energy. So this is about finding the truth, but it's also about finding balance within yourself. We've also got the Tower energy. So the Tower is not to be feared. It does mean that there is some sort of upheaval or some sort of change, but it's in the resistance position there. So it could be something you're resisting, but it could also be something that if you felt really stuck in a rut and you've been trying to find a solution to it, which is that card, it means that you're overcoming some sort of disaster, or you're finding a solution to a difficult situation in order to bring yourself towards happiness and clarity there with that sun. So let us check out the information. before we go to a Celtic cross. I read energy in the cards. I'm also scrying. For those of you who are new, I scry in the water there as I'm reading. They're giving me an energy of multitasking. So you may feel, or you may have felt in the last couple of weeks, that you've been really like doing a lot. It's almost like it's picking up. You're trying to do several things at once. You may feel like you don't have time for yourself, especially since in this particular deck, the Justice card, it's number 8. Normally in most decks, the Justice card is number 11, which is balance, which is about harmony. It's about your soul path. It's also sort of the number of fate, you know, 1111, divine timing. So because it's number 8 here, I feel like you are trying to find some time for yourself. And I also feel that you're trying to find some time for moderation, as it were, a little bit of time for you. But the Justice card is also an energy of trying to find a solution, being honest with yourself about a situation that you may have felt stuck in for a while. So I feel like you're giving yourself clarity. You may even be giving yourself a little bit of a rude awakening with these two cards sort of back to back. So for example, if there's been a relationship, for example, that you have been in and it's been a bit of a stuck in a rut energy, maybe it's someone who, you know, dips in and out of your life, messages you, tells you that they have feelings for you, and then they just disappear. You know, you may be really sort of getting clear on this relationship and going, you know what? I'm cutting this off now. I'm ending this. I'm no longer living in hope for this person to sort of step up in some way. So I really feel like you're actually cutting things out of your worlds that are, how can I put that? Are negative or unnecessary, or have just wasted your time. I've just feel this energy of you want to move on, you want to move forward, but you want to make you want to find a solution so that your future self can really sort of thank you for the decisions you make in this moment. The Justice card is also about the actions that you make in this moment affecting your future. It's an indication that you need to make a decision on something. So I feel like you have to see that level of honesty within you and find your personal truth before you make those decisions, because only you, my beautiful Librans, can make radical changes in your world. Now, because we have the Tower card there, this is something that you may have been avoiding for a while. It may be something that you have denied yourself. You know, we all, this is not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Librans. We all sort of deceive ourselves in some way sometimes. We don't mean to, we don't want to, but sometimes we do, you know. For example, many years ago, you know, I was in a relationship, and this is not meant to be a relationship reading, you know, this is about you, and if love and career comes up, then of course, you know, I will mention it. But many years ago, I was in a relationship with a person, you know, they told me the moon and the stars, and I was very young and naive, and I believed that person, and, you know, life got in the way, and then we drifted apart, and we came back together, we drifted apart, we came back together, and I just one day sort of had an epiphany moment where I was like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time on the wrong person and preventing myself from meeting the right person. And when I actually cut myself off from that, then the whole world just opened up to me. Same as, you know, staying in a job situation where we feel, you know, there is negative energy, or you feel stuck, you've hit a glass ceiling in some way. The Tower represents something you feel stuck in at this moment in time, and you know that it needs to change. So I feel like you are finding a solution. You're making the change. You're being the change in February. Okay. Now, some of you may be going through legalities as well. You know, either you're going through a divorce or you're going through something in the courts. You know, I feel like there may be some sort of shocking element to it, some sort of twist, a plot twist that goes on there. It may have even been something that you're trying to avoid for a while. Maybe you're trying to go down a pleasant route with somebody and they're like not playing dice and they're being a little bit, you know, of an a-hole or something like that. I feel like you come out the other side in a positive light, okay? I feel like you lead with integrity. You lead with your head held high, with truth, with honesty, and I feel like no matter what comes your way, I feel like you're ready, and I feel like you keep your eyes wide open, because not everybody is going to be honest and open like you, my beautiful Librans. But the Sun card does say that it is a positive outcome, a successful outcome. Now let's get to the Tower. The Tower basically means prison. So it doesn't mean that, well, it doesn't mean that you're going to prison. It doesn't mean that you're in prison. It can mean that you feel stuck in something, that you've been going round and round and round in circles on. And it may be that you're at a workspace or you're in a friendship or a relationship where you feel like nothing is progressing in the way that you're hoping for. So you feel like a little bit fed up. Now the Tower energy is hit by a lightning bolt. The lightning bolt is fate. It is nature. It is an act of nature that comes to intervene in your situation because they don't want you to remain stuck. So if you cannot find a solution, Spirit says we will help you find the solution. So in February, it definitely looks like something is like being blown wide open for you to create change. The Tower is actually a very positive card. It's Aries Scorpio energy, and it's about rejuvenation. It happens when something is taken away in order to replace it for something greater. It may feel uncomfortable at the time, but it's about rebuilding better and stronger, okay? So it is a positive transformation. Those butterflies, they were going round and round in circles in that Tower, and sometimes that feels comfortable. Sometimes we get so stuck in a rut, we just feel comfortable with it. We're like not challenging ourselves, you know, we get a little bit down, a little bit frustrated. We don't see a way out of a situation because we cannot find the energy to do it. But Spirit comes along in order to help you create that change, because it sets that building on fire. The Tower is now on fire, so the butterflies, they got to get out of there. If they don't, it'll just end up worse. So they have to take a leap of faith, or in their case, they have to fly out the window in order to get away from the uncomfortable energy. So they're indicating here that there is radical change for you in sort of February that brings balance, harmony. It may bring a truth to light, because they keep giving me the envelope, so I feel like there's some sort of communication that actually sets the ball in motion for radical change. And the Sun indicates it is a positive outcome. There is success on the other side. So it's almost like, yes, you're going to walk out of a comfort zone. You're going to take a leap of faith in some area. It is the beginning of something really positive. You know, whenever we get a Tower, it is to break open things so that we can see the light, so that we can see clearly. And that is what you're going to be doing in February. Now, I'm going to do a Celtic cross here to see what's coming your way in particular, but the Justice card, the Tower, and the Sun indicates if you've gone through some sort of shocking time or something, you've gone through a very difficult period of upheaval in your life that has brought radical change and sometimes unwanted change. They're indicating that there will be a solution, there will be balance, there will be harmony, and peace will reign once more. There's success here, but I feel like you are... it's almost like you're taking control of a situation. You're putting energy into something and you're making radical changes in order to turn your life around in a really positive way. And I feel like there's going to be sort of messages that you will receive in meditation, or you will receive in a reflective state that will allow you to see that is all part of like a bigger plan. Okay, so let us go deeper and find out what's coming towards you. The first deck I was using there is a beautiful Black Moon Astrology cards. Second deck is the ANIMO Tarot deck by AUGURE. And this deck here that I'm using is a Goddess Tarot by KRIS WALDHERR. I'm only using the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know for February 2022? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? We've got the Star, beautiful energy, so much light, so much clarity. Some of you may be healing. If you've, for example, if a couple of weeks ago, maybe you had, because they're showing me someone who had a bit of an accident, but it's already happened. It's not happening. It has already happened. Okay, so if that's you, if you had a bit of an accident in the last couple of weeks before you see this reading, they're indicating that you're healing nicely. It may have come as a bit of a shock, but you may get some sort of legal payout with regards to it. I mean, that doesn't help you, of course, my beautiful Librans, especially if it's painful. That Ten of Wands tells me it's exhausting. But if you have not had an accident, of course, I'm just seeing in the scrying, okay? So, but if you have, there's definitely something in this message for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. If that message does not resonate, it doesn't mean it's not your reading. It just means that they want that person to pay close attention to the reading, as their attention may have wavered. I'm just going to get all your cards first. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We've got the Nine of Staves. So something here that you're persisting on doing that may have caused a lot of difficult energy. They want me to go again in the future position, because we've got a Ten of Swords. We've got transformation. And we've also got the Two of Swords. So yeah, there's your decision. your decision point that you have to think about something. It's that stalemate energy. We've got the Four of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We're getting a lot of number synchronicity in your reading. We've got the Queen of Wands there. Whoa. We have the Nine of Pentacles in your final outcome card. We've got Sacrifice. Okay, they want one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. We have Three of Swords. Oh my gosh, they want another. Eight of Cups. And one more. This is so unusual to have so many in the last position. We've got the Seven of Wands and we've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so slight bit of indecision going on in February. You have a major decision to make there. Also, a lot of busy energy. You're going to feel pretty exhausted, okay? All of you, I can feel, oh my gosh. Did you just hear that on my phone? I never have sound on my phone, so that's so bizarre. Okay, my phone's like way over there. So, okay. That's unusual, but they're showing me that a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, no, Baba, I'm already so exhausted. They're definitely indicating some downtime is necessary. Make sure you get that. But anyway, we're starting at the heart of the matter. There's something here where you're trying to shine and be the best at who you are. This is your energy, my beautiful Librans. And of course, the new moon is in Aquarius. And this is an Aquarius card, okay? So I feel like you're stepping into the spotlight in some way, but you're trying to get clarity on something. The star is about a new version of yourself. So you may have been trying to stick to a diet. You may be trying to be a bit more hopeful about things. You may actually be trying to find a solution and find clarity. But also you are, very connected. So I feel there's a lot of wisdom coming your way. Embrace any new ideas that come your way because they allow you to grow, but also they allow you to expand. There's a real renewal of energy here as well. It's almost like a hope or a dream, something you've been trying to achieve. It's going to be different for everybody, but I feel like you are still on track, but it's an exhausting journey. It is difficult. And I feel like you are persisting at it because we got the Nine of Wands there, which says, of course, persist, but make sure you don't burn yourself out because, you need health and health is your wealth. They just gave me health is your wealth. So make sure you keep yourself rested, eating good food, exercising, vitamins, all the things, you know the drill. But the star energy is you sort of being inspired. So you may feel a little bit more get up and go energy in February, okay? This is also about you being in the right place at the right time. I feel like there's a new beginning here. The star kind of represents new beginnings as well. It's like because they're just showing me, it's almost like, I think this is in, I think this is in the news. It must be because they're showing me a newspaper right now. I don't tend to sort of look at newspapers and things like that anymore. But I'm going to have to look it up just to see maybe online if this is a thing. But they're showing me a birth of a star that's sort of relevant to now. So I'm going to have to look that up. But it's emanating a large burst of electrical energy. So this is something that has occurred. It may have even occurred a couple of years ago, but it just switched off and it's now back on emanating energy. So I'm gonna have to look that up, but I feel like this is you getting a spurt of energy on something new, either a new idea, but the star tends to be about being in the spotlight or being recognized for something that you do. So I do feel like all eyes are on you. You're in a bit of a spotlight as you start February, okay? So some of you, for example, you want to be in careers where you're seen, where you're in the public eye. So I do feel like it is an exhausting journey and there may be a lot of difficult energy. You may feel like the power is not in your hands in some way. You may feel like you're always, it's almost like you're always hoping that luck is bestowed upon you or something like that. I do feel like there's a breakthrough, don't give up. But I feel like some of you may be questioning a path that you're on right now and maybe a little bit unsure of your path, because I see a lot of questioning here because it's been such a difficult journey. You're starting to wonder, and even if you don't want to be in the public eye, if you're trying to achieve a goal or a dream, because stars are about dreams and hopes and wishes, and which is really important actually for you in particular, because your 11th house is also about hopes and wishes, as well as friendships and networking and getting, connected, as it were. So I do feel like this is you sort of looking at the goal or the dream and really analyzing it in February and wondering, do you still want to be on this path? Because it's pretty exhausting what you're trying to achieve. But they really want you to be aware, to have confidence and know that you are on the right track, okay? I really feel like some of you are actually going to have some standout moments in February where you are noticed for what you do. But I mean, a lot of people will see the success and will see you in the spotlight and having the courage to go after a goal or a dream, but they don't see the work, the hard work, all that effort, that blood, sweat, and tears that you've already poured into it. The challenge here is the Ten of Wands. It's exhausting. And also, you may feel like giving up in some area. You may have even, they're giving me this word, overcommitted. You may feel sometimes you've overcommitted in a certain area because it's so burdensome. It's almost like you're doing so much work. You may be wondering, is it all worth it? Or does this belong in your life anymore? Okay, so I really feel like you are actually shining spotlights on pockets of your life in order to work out whether you should have a new start or something. But the Ten of Wands in this position says all you need to do is take a break, take a step back. Okay, if you're struggling, just take a step back and free yourself up from the actual outcome, because the journey is the one that is meant to be sort of enjoyed before we get there. So remember to have a bit of fun. The Ten of Wands also tells me that, you know, just get some rest if you can. I feel like, I mean, tens tend to bring endings and new beginnings, and you've got a 10 crossing you and you've got a 10 in the future. So they're indicating that you're trying to release something that you feel is quite heavy energy, may even make you feel a little bit melancholic in a way. So I feel like you're trying to push through and achieve something, and because it may have been difficult, or you feel like it's not working in the time frame that you hope for, you're wondering, should you give up? I mean, the Seven of Wands tells me no. The Seven of Wands says stay true to your vision. It will come true, but it is a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, which you already know. The Four of Pentacles below you means you've already set a solid foundation here. This is also about ownership, okay? You can be proud of yourself for what you've achieved so far. We tend to look at ourselves in the past and in the present. We rarely look at we look at ourselves in the past and in the future. We rarely look at ourselves in the present. So we look at the past and think of all the things that we did or we wanted to change, okay? And we look to the future, all the things that we want to achieve. But when we stand in the present moment, we never really pat ourselves on the back and say, you know what, we're navigating a very difficult time in history. We're navigating a pandemic. We're trying to keep jobs. We're trying to pay bills. We're trying to keep friendships. We're trying to find love, or we're trying to keep a loving relationship, exciting. And we're trying to do so much. We're trying to raise kids. We are only human. So sometimes I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to get to the end point, whatever that goal or dream. It's about recognizing that what is meant for you will never ever pass you by. So breathe, take that rest, take that step back so that you can see things more clearly. When we're in the mix of it all, it's very difficult to see the bigger picture. So just be a little bit mindful of that. They're saying here with that, did I say Four of Cups? I hope I said Four of Cups before, not Four of Pentacles. Because Four Cups is also, as I said, it's you being, recognizing you're fed up. I'm going to have to look back on the video. I do apologize if I said Four of Pentacles, because I am actually seeing Pentacles a lot in your reading, even though, there is some Pentacles here, but I see a lot of Pentacles in your reading as there is money coming on in. So I may have misconstrued this card, but the energy, the meaning that I'm giving you right now is what I'm feeling about that ownership and being proud of yourself, because there's a tendency here with that Four of Cups energy for you to feel a little bit unfulfilled when moments are not happening in the way that you had hoped for. So you may have been feeling a little bit meh and trying to find inspiration, trying to find motivation. When we start a new year, everyone's got that big energy of like, yeah, it's a new year, it's 2022. This one's going to be different from the last one. It's all going to be, awesome. And then we sort of plateau, and then we have that lull, which tends to come at the end of January, where we're like, oh, it's same old, same old. So I feel this is what you're feeling at this moment in time with that Four of Cups, feeling a little bit, just what's my direction? What's going on here? I feel like you have to make a huge decision. But as you can see, that figure there is sort of, is looking at these cups and actually feeling a little bit sort of like tied to a situation where she feels a little bit fed up. The history of the card is actually the universe pops on in with a surprise gift to say, hey, this is a much more rewarding path. What about this? So I feel like there is another option coming on in for you to think about. And perhaps that's the thing that you have to make a decision on over February. So for example, if you were going for a job and you are kind of like coasting where you're at, but you've hit a glass ceiling and you're like, I should be paid more for what I do, or there's no room for me to step up and become, a boss or get a promotion or a raise or anything like that. If you're feeling like you've hit a glass ceiling in some way, or people are not recognizing your worth, you may seek an opportunity elsewhere, and you're feeling fed up because there's nothing available. Then all of a sudden the universe brings you an opportunity that is way better than ever before. And I feel like you're in a conundrum as to whether you stay where you are or whether you go for the new opportunity, because the new opportunity may definitely brings change, but it means you may have to either do something extra. It's almost like you have to come out of a comfort zone and, open yourself up, and you may feel, you know what, maybe it's not the time for challenging myself. So I just get this push and pull in this energy. For those of you who are looking for love, of course, I will be doing a singles reading, and I will be doing love readings in general for February, for Valentine's Day in particular. I see you having a lot of potential to meet somebody if you're looking for love. But I feel like you may actually be talking to somebody new in terms of, making it a solid relationship. I feel like people are gravitating towards you, but we'll go a little bit deeper on that later. The Six of Pentacles there is in the past. So in the past position, I feel like you're really looking at all the effort that you give to situations, and you may feel like you were not getting what you truly deserved. The Six of Pentacles tends to mean that the universe is coming on in with an unexpected resource, normally a financial surprise, but it is about balance and it is about harmony. So you may have been looking at the energy that you sort of supply to your goals, your dreams, your friendships, and recognize that you haven't had enough me time. So you may be looking at that and looking at how exhausted you are, trying to get everything all in order for everybody else, your work, your love relationships, your friendships, soul tribe, and then go, what did I get out of that? All I got out of that was I'm exhausted. I got no time for me. I got about an hour in front of the TV. I go to sleep and repeat. So you may feel a little bit exhausted because I feel this multitasking energy going on. But the Nine of Wands above you feels very, very strong. Actually, the Nine of Wands is about persistence, but it's also about creating healthy boundaries and making sure that you use the word no sometimes when you are feeling there's a lot of stress or you've got a lot on. Sometimes we forget because we don't want to upset another person, or we don't want to feel like we can't do things. Society has set us up to all sort of feel like we're invincible. We can do anything, and that is wonderful. We can. Thoughts become things. Whatever we set our mind to, we can achieve. But also in that little package, we sort of trick ourselves into then doing everything because we feel like, we can do everything. So therefore we do everything. And that leaves us little time for us to recoup our energy and also sort of re-energize or even expand in other areas that may help us be more successful. You've got a lot of light in your reading, the star and the sun. So I do feel like there's a lot of clarity here where you're going to streamline your energy, but there is a lot of success. So it does indicate with your hard work, but also with healthy boundaries, you will achieve what you want to achieve, okay? There is success here. There is celebration. In the near future, though, we do have the Ten of Swords. Something is ending. I mean, you got the Ten of Swords, which is like something is over. Now, there can be graceful endings. It doesn't always have to be about, walking away and sort of blowing up the bridge behind you. It doesn't have to be like that. But of course, it depends on a situation and how another person or the situation has treated you, and that's how you will deal with it. But the Ten of Swords does say that something is. It's almost like if one door is closing, there is another one opening. There is always a point of opening. And I do feel like you're ending an old way of thinking as well, which is that you have to do it all. You may have felt really responsible for your surroundings, not just for yourself, my beautiful Librans, but maybe for your family. The Ten of Wands is a lot of heavy responsibility. So you may have felt that you've had to carry a heavy load on your shoulders all by yourself. I do feel like you're thinking about things in a different way. And I feel like you're releasing that energy in order to make yourself feel lighter, okay? I don't feel like you're fitting into any patterns anymore to serve others in a way that is at detriment to yourself. I feel like you're appearing to others to respond differently to situations that tend to be challenging. And I feel like this is something that you've promised yourself. From now on, you're not going to let that person talk to you like you're... you know, say for example, if someone, there's always someone at a workspace who talks to people like they're pieces of nothing, right? And you're like, I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Like many years ago at a place I worked at, there was a guy and he was horrendous. He used to talk to people like they were just trash. And I went to work there and everyone would sort of like excuse his behavior and say, oh, don't worry, that's whatever his name was. I'm not going to tell you now. And they would say, excuse his behavior and say, oh, he's always like that. So just be mindful. He just gets a little bit grumpy. And, and I thought, no, I'm sorry. I'm a human being. He's a human being. We're all the same. Just because he may have a title that's like higher than me and he makes shed loads of more money, doesn't mean he gets the opportunity to talk to me in a certain way. So I feel like you're in that energy as well, where you're like, I'm done with dealing with that. Okay. So I feel like you're transforming your world, and this is just on a very grassroots basic level. I feel like you're empowering yourself. The transformation card says you're not letting this get you down though. This is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. The transformation card is a Scorpio energy of rising, changing, transition. So as I said, one door opens as that other door closes. But Libra, the difference is I feel like you are shutting the door behind you and you're opening the new door. It is your choice. You are doing this. The transformation card also, I mean, it's a death card there. I feel like you are actually releasing old patterns, embracing new opportunities, something greater. You're making room for something greater. That is what I feel here. But something greater brings opportunity, and it brings you, how can I put that? When you've got many opportunities, and I feel like there are two in particular, two opportunities coming your way that you will really have to think about. The Two of Swords says you're in indecision mode, okay? You have to make a decision. You're considering your options on something. It really connects to that Justice card there. You're considering your options. What gets to stay in your life? Who gets to stay in your life? The Two of Swords also means you may have been a little bit confused about some changes that either you have made or you feel like you need to make, because you want to rock the boat, but maybe you don't want to tip the boat completely so that, you make such radical changes. But the Tower card in this position tends to mean sometimes you got to rock that boat until it's, completely rocked out. And you got to bring that radical change. You have to show people what you're made of. So I really feel like you are shining your beautiful light and you're owning your power. I feel the stars are aligning to help you with this change, but it may make you feel a little bit stuck. Okay, I do feel like you're going to overcome that, but there is a decision to be made here. So it may be that you decide that you're going to move. For example, you want to move home, or you want to move job, or you just want to find energy in order to sort of streamline your life a little bit more. You may feel like you've got so much to do that you're like, oh gosh, I always run out of time. I can't do this. I want to do that. I feel it's about you sitting for a moment and working out a better strategy in order to sort of move past it. I mean, the two of Swords, the Two of Air literally means take a break, consider your options. If you're at a stalemate or you feel like you're in an uncertain position, the perfect answer is within you, but make some time to think, or make some time to come back to your center so that the answer will appear, okay? Because if you're doing so much, exhausted, I mean, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, there, 10 of Swords, there is, I mean, you're feeling like the world is on your shoulders, and nobody can think clearly when they've got that much pressure. So just be mindful. We've got the Four of Staves here, so there is an element here of celebration. Four of Swords does mean that there will be something to celebrate for, okay? So also with the Four of Staves, which is the Four of Wands there, I do feel like this is about reuniting with your friends, reconnecting with people that you haven't spoken to in a while. Venus is in retrograde right until the 29th of January, so there may be people from your past who actually reach out and want to connect with you, it actually really sort of makes you feel a lot younger, less exhausted. It really rejuvenates your energy. So I would reconnect with those people. Of course, if it's an ex that wants to reconnect with you in some way, and you're not so sure, this is someone who may have hurt you, they may reach out by surprise. They may shock you, okay? They may want to find a solution with you and heal this relationship. You may be very uncertain, okay? Because I feel like the level of give and take in the relationship in the past was off. You may have settled for less than you truly deserved in that relationship. And I feel like you're really hoping that the universe brings you another offer in terms of love, okay? And I do feel like if you are trying to manifest love, you will meet someone who will want to settle down with you in a higher level of commitment. But I really feel like you've been a bit of a wounded warrior when it comes to love. I feel like you've endured quite a lot. And I feel also it's almost like with the dating game, I feel like you're exhausted. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so over it. I just want to find someone who's authentic, loving, kind, funny, all of those things. So I do feel like you've been almost trying to manifest hard, but it's so exhausting. You're like giving up on that, okay? But I feel like there is change coming for you in that area of your life. The Four of Wands says there's going to be something to celebrate. And the external environment, we've got the Queen of Wands there. Now, the Queen of Wands tends to be about creative collaborations, but it also indicates that you, whether, Libra, you are an air element, and this is a fire element. So I feel like you are finding that passion, that drive, that spark. You're shining your beautiful light, and you're having that confidence. You're empowering yourself, okay? You're sort of bringing back the feisty Libra. And I feel this actually magnetizes people towards your energy. So you're going to be turning heads in February. A lot of people are going to be looking at you. There's so much light surrounding you that I feel you're going to start noticing people sort of glancing your way, and you're like, damn, are they looking at me or what? They're looking at you, Libra, okay? The Queen of Wands tends to be the most attractive card in the deck. So a lot of people are going to be attracted to your chemistry as well. You're going to be oozing that kind of like je ne sais quoi, where people are just like drawn to you. So have that confidence, walk tall. I feel with this Queen of Wands energy, I feel like creatively you're going to collaborate with other people. This really connects to your 11th house of collaborations, partnerships, seeking soul connections. So I feel like you're going to open yourself up to meeting like-minded people who are vibing at the same frequency as you, who have got a lot of energy. I just feel like this is, you sort of inspiring yourself and others, and I feel like you are expressing your passions through what you do. I would just keep making sure that you get rest and water, because they're showing me water right now as well. So for rejuvenation, rehydration. So just be aware of that. Now the hopes and fears, we got 9 of Pentacles. So the hopes here are to be self-sufficient, and I feel like you have this. You've got it all in order. It may have felt really chaotic recently, but I feel like the energy is going to get easier. The 9 of Pentacles tends to be about financial reward. So there's definitely pentacles coming towards you. They keep showing me lots of pentacles. So I feel like maybe your focus is, whilst Valentine's Day and love is all awesome, you may be connecting more on an energy of loving yourself fully, making sure when you meet people as potential soulmates that they vibe in a way that respects you, and it's almost like if you've experienced a certain type of person in the past and you felt like they were not following through on their words with actions, I feel like you spot them a mile away and you're like, no, you're rejecting anything you feel there's a red flag immediately, rather than going, oh, let me see where this goes. I feel like you're kind of connecting straight away, going, I kind of know that pattern. I know this is, no, I'm not vibing with this anymore. Life is too short, okay? Also, I feel like there's a lot more peace and freedom in February for you. With that 9 of Pentacles, I feel that this is about, it's almost like you are building something really solid, like you're being really disciplined with your money, maybe saving to buy a home, or saving to make some radical changes in your world that will shock some people. I feel like you're uplifting your financial foundation in some way. And I feel like you're sticking to your progress, but you may have wavered because it's been so exhausting, or it's been a bit of an uphill slog that you may have felt like giving up. But I feel towards the middle of the month, you realize actually there's nothing else you'd rather do. You want to stick to your goal, your dream, and you will be successful because your determination will see you at the top of your game. Okay, Nine of Pentacles definitely says this is about, you know, being self-sufficient, building a life of luxury, and having enough. Your cup is overflowing there. Now I'm just going to pull some cards on this outcome here because we do have sacrifice. So they are indicating that, you know, you have sacrificed a lot to get to where you are at right now. But in that Hangman energy, I feel like you've got a new perspective where old ways of doing things, you're releasing them, because if you always do what you always did, you're always going to get what you always got. And if you're feeling right now a little bit fed up in your energy, you know that something needs to change. So I feel like you're shaking things up a little bit. You are activating that Tower energy. The sacrifice here, I mean, I don't feel like it's sacrifice to do with your heart. I feel like it's about sacrificing time, because they're showing me a clock right now when I hold this card. It's almost like you by the end of February, you know what you need to sort of let go of or sacrifice in order to move forward on the path that you've decided for yourself. This card is also about surrender, and Spirit right at the beginning of this reading, they wanted me to make you aware that the moon is, you know, full moon energy is about releasing control and surrendering, which does not mean giving up on something. It means trusting in the divine. So I feel like you are starting to trust in the divine, because there's a piece of information that's coming up round about the middle of February that changes everything for you. You'll know, it's almost like you'll know what to do. If you have indecision about something, you will know what to do by the 16th of February, which is actually the full moon, okay? The Three of Swords, now the Three of Swords can be about heartbreak, loss, you know, sadness. But, you know, I just see... the image that they're giving me right now is that your hand, because the way that they're showing me that it is your hand, they've got someone holding a sword, and here, across here, they've got Libra tattooed. So either you literally have Libra tattooed across your arm like that, if that's you, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, but they're showing me the sword and you plunging the sword into something. So it's almost like something... you're deciding to end something. I'm just going to pull a card on that just to make sure. I'm going to use the uprights and the reversals in this particular deck to clarify. We have Page of Swords in the reverse. You may feel like you have low boundaries with someone. There's someone here that you may feel is bad news, or there may be a situation that is, you may feel like, oh, you can't deal with it, you don't want to think about it. The Ten of Swords in the reverse says you're opening yourself up to a new start. You're getting the same cards. I feel like you don't want to overthink this situation. So for example, some of you may have just like done your taxes and you're like, I am done. And you lost a bit of money, or you had to give some money. And you may have been in your head about it, like, oh my God, this is like giving me such a headache. But now it's done. I mean, it could be literally grassroots sort of basic stuff like that. Because the Page of Swords in the reverse can talk about Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's something here that's been bugging you for a while, that's been really keeping you like worried, maybe even sleepless nights. They're just indicating, you know, that you're not getting the rest that you need. There's a new start coming, so make sure you sort of, how can I get ready for this new start. The Knight of Wands there, the Knight of Wands talks about determination, being independent, being headstrong, being unstoppable, you know, having passion, trusting in your vision and going through with it. So if you're having to, for example, if you had 2 jobs and you're leaving one behind, or you're at a job that you feel just sort of is not in alignment with your heart, I just see you just ending it. And like, you may even feel like you're doing something like radical, ending it without even having a plan right now, because it just feels so finalized. But you're going to find this sort of motivation to succeed. And whilst it may be exhausting, I feel like you're going to find it rewarding on the other side. I hope this makes sense. It's quite a complex reading for February. Now, for those of you who have been heartbroken by somebody, and this person comes back to talk to you, I mean, this person keeps checking in on you. They may keep an eye on you. I feel like you are thinking about ending it for good. I feel like you are deciding to just have a new start that is away from this because you don't trust this person. You may feel like this person's really transient in your world. You may feel like they're there only for the chemistry. You're looking for something deeper. You may feel like they're all full of lust and that they're here today, gone tomorrow. I feel like you're ending this. I see you having the courage to do that if that's what you want to do, okay, with that Three of Swords. Now, some of you also may be going through surgery or are healing from some sort of accident that happened. They're indicating that there will be healing. Take it easy. Take it. You may want to get up and be back to normal and get doing, but they just want you to take some time out to rest. A lot of your reading is about just chill, just take a step back and watch and rest. Okay, we got the Eight of Cups. Walk away from anything that is not emotionally fulfilling. This is a journey of discovery. This is about letting go and seeking that greater meaning, that authentic self. Okay, it's about seeing beyond the riches. It's about seeing beyond what people offer you to work for them, for example. Some of you may be even thinking about ending things to be their own boss, for example. And you know, because we got that Nine of Pentacles there, and you may be like really worried, but what you're doing right now is not emotionally singing with your heart's desire. So I feel, whilst you may feel a little bit nervous or a little bit worried about the sacrifices that you're about to make, on the other side, there is success. On the other side, there is reward, okay? The Eight of Cups says, just walk away. You don't know where you're walking to because the Eight of Cups, traditionally, the person in the Eight of Cups has no vision of where they're going, but they know that where they're at right now, they just don't feel like they're on the right path. So they go seeking, okay? So I feel like you're seeking to be true to your heart, as it were, and you're trying to discover what your heart has to say. And that figure tends to discover the Nine of Cups, so which is the wish fulfilled, which really connects to your 11th house. So if you're going seeking for something in because you're trying to find a solution, you're trying to find something, you're trying to make a decision on something, I feel like you will find the solution and it will lead you to a hope, a dream, or a wish fulfilled. Especially since we have Two of Pentacles and the Stave. If there's something here, I mean, the Two of Pentacles, I'm not going to lie to you, this is about finding a midway point, a balance between work and play. It's also about doing a lot of multitasking. I said I felt you're going to be very busy in February. It may not be something you want to hear, but I feel like these opportunities are really golden. And I do feel like there's going to be a lot of you seeing that your efforts bring you joy, that you're going to be working hard but playing hard. So I feel like you're going to get that balance. There's a lot of peace, but also financial reward. I feel like your prosperity is going to develop in unexpected ways. And I do feel like this card tends to mean one way or another, you will manifest your dreams into the material world because you've got that power, you've got that determination, you're headstrong, you will make it happen. So I feel that this is about you staying true to your vision. The Seven of Wands, the Seven of Staves, same thing, is basically an underpin of saying it is worth the fight. It is worth fighting for, okay? The Seven of Wands tends to also mean that you are at your personal best and you've got the power to go the distance and persevere. You are unstoppable. Trust that you can make these things happen. You're living life on your own terms, marching to the beat of your own drum, but you have to create a healthy boundary. That Seven of Wands says, you know, make sure you keep maintaining a boundary. Protect yourself against, you know, those that come in to sort of try and navigate you off your course, as it were. As you can see, she is like deflecting other wands there. So I feel like you are, you know, if there's competition in what you do, I feel like you're above the competition. Don't let competition affect you in any shape or form. The best person for the job is always going to get the job. Even if circumstances are against you, you will find the right solution and the right situation for you. As I said before, what is right for you will never pass you by. But you may have been completely exhausted and sometimes feeling unmotivated and not really knowing what path to take. The Seven of Wands says you're a winner. Okay, that's a very important energy to end on there. Okay, this is about not conforming. This is about not compromising your morals. If others are not happy with what you are changing in your world, it's about them and it's not about you. Okay, because you are the master or the mistress of your own destiny. Okay, so I feel like you're living your life on your own terms. I feel like you're engaged in sustained effort on something, but it's thrown up some choices. And I feel like there's a lot of passion and a lot of, there is cause for celebration. So there's some news coming on in that puts you in the spotlight. Really good news, but it will be a surprise. It's going to be a complete surprise. And I feel like you make some changes that are shocking a lot of people. So for example, if you're leaving a job or people are being made redundant, or you have been made redundant before you listen to this reading, it's almost like then you stumble upon 2 opportunities that are way better than you ever had before. There's always something better, is what they're showing me here. Now, these cards are your mantra cards for February. We've got I am a healer. So you're coming into alignment with your chakras, you're overcoming. And I am a dreamer. So hold true to your vision, hold true to your dreams. You will align yourself with them. God, I am a healer. Okay, so if, as I said, you've had an accident just before this reading, or you are having surgery, for example, in February in some point, you are a healer, you are healing. We've got the star energy, which is healing energy. So I feel like you're aligning yourself as well with your chakras and overcoming obstacles. It's number 32. When you reduce it, 3 plus 2 is 5, which is the number of challenge. So you're actually becoming calm in the face of challenge, and you're overcoming the challenges to get to where you want to go, to win. You're a winner. Okay, this sees you winning. This sees you overcoming the heartbreak or the sadness or whatever it is. I mean, if this is a love reading, I would say there's definitely someone who wants to reunite with you with that 4 of Wands there. You may be a little bit undecided. It's exhausting to be with this person because it seems to be in and out. They're non-committal. I do feel like if both of you, opened yourself up to being vulnerable with each other, you both could sort of fight for this union, but it would be a painful journey because there still seems to be this indecision. This person still has an inability to commit in some way. So just be mindful of that. If you're looking for new love, I feel like this is a perfect month to attract new love, but just make sure you get some rest and give yourself some you time, because what I'm seeing from your reading is that maybe you don't even give yourself time to look for love if that's what you are wanting to do. Now, of course, Mercury is in retrograde, so if you would put yourself online, for example, to meet somebody, communication and things like that go astray during this period. So, I feel like you could I'm going to pull a card on that, actually. I will be doing singles readings for love separately, but let me just, can you show me love, my beautiful Librans? Okay, they're just showing me the 4 of Wands energy. There's someone here that you've separated from, okay, is coming, because it connects to that 4 of Wands there. Someone that I feel like they're going to try and reconnect with you. You may not want to hear that, but they may surprise you and reach out. Also, the 4 of Wands in the reverse means, you've got to get out of the house, as it were. You may have to come out of a comfort zone. So if you leave the house, the World card, you will be successful. The World card is about being in the right place at the right time to meet the right person. It is also about accomplishment, a final destination, meeting somebody on your journey and having a deeper understanding with that person. It's almost like things coming full circle. The World card literally means completion. So it's like if you come out of your home and go to something that you're passionate about, for example, or you'll meet someone outside your home, I feel like you will meet someone who I feel like you'll meet the person you're meant to meet, because the World card tends to mean, an abundant situation that you are meant to come full cycle and meet this person. So I do feel like you can meet somebody, but you must make sure that you push yourself out of a comfort zone. And easier said than done. I know we're going through a pandemic, so it's very, very difficult. But I do feel like you will be put in the right place to meet the right person. Final card, I'm a dreamer. Hold true to your vision. Hold true to your dreams. Do not give up on your dreams. Okay, my beautiful Librans. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it is sometimes feels impossible. But I feel with, you know, number 8 is your first card. We've got number 44 there, 8. When you reduce it, 4 plus 4 is 8. The number of the self. Hold true to your dreams because you have infinite possibilities to make them happen, okay? Definitely some money coming towards you. Some really good news coming towards you as well. Just going to get a final card. Visionary. So hold true to your vision has been popping up in your reading the whole time. Now, if you think about giraffes, they are beautiful creatures, okay? Very tall, very, they see over the obstacles. Spirit tends to be in tarot cards. You tend to get cards with spirit being represented by giraffes or camels because they've got long necks and they can see over obstacles so that they can go the distance. And I feel that is what you are able to do. You're going to have some visions with that star energy, some inspiration, as I mentioned earlier. Any new ideas that come to you, run with them. It says here, rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Very important message there, okay? And I feel like because you've been having a lot of responsibility and a lot of heavy energy, maybe trying to pay bills and trying to just do life, I feel like sometimes you forget about you. So the month of February is about coming back to you and, you know, recognizing your worth, but also recognizing that you're above competition. You are at a personal best and you will overcome any sadness or difficulties that you've been going through. I'm just going to give you a trinket before we close. Okay, so we've got the turtle. Now, of course, that means things are going slowly for you, but steadily for you. Also, during times of things going very slow, you are protected, okay? The turtle has a home on his back. So some of you actually will be moving home or thinking about moving home. Maybe that's what's so stressful. I mean, they always say that one of the most stressful things that you'll ever do in your life is moving up and uprooting home because of all the packing and making sure everything's all in order and blah, blah, blah. I do feel like although it's going slowly, it will be steady. Slow and steady does win the race. I mean, literally, that is the saying, slow and steady wins the race. And they always have that turtle in the hair, isn't it? They want me to put it on the 7 of Wands there. So they're indicating you will win the race. There is a win here for you, okay? I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Librans. Just to let you know, I'm doing another competition for one lucky subscriber to win a free personal reading. All you have to do is write this sentence in the comments box below. And just think about the sentence for a moment and believe it, okay? The sentence is, I am loved. My guides wanted me to give you that as the competition this month, especially since it is the month of love, but also they want you to be aware you are loved. Not only by, you know, your spirit guides and all your ancestors that went before you, but also by those around you. We are all one. We all exchange that energy of love and oneness. But Spirit wants you to be aware that you are loved, especially at the moment. Okay, so yeah, write that in the comments box below. And on the 28th of February, I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber and I'll announce the winner in a video upload. I hope something resonates. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans. Love and light.